Hello, Bariatric Warriors. We're back with a new episode of the Bariatric Warrior podcast, here advocating and supporting the community through the ups and the downs. I'm Steph.
And I'm Bex.
And we're going to share the good, the bad, and the ugly. And we're so happy that you're here with us. So let's get into it. Hello, hello. We have amazing guest. You might recognize her. She is the host of our Sleeve Life podcast and unfiltered.vsg on Instagram. Why don't you take it away and introduce yourself to us, Mel? Whatever you feel cool sharing.
Okay. Well, I'm Mel. So I think I became Mel after surgery. So I was Melanie my whole life. And then I had surgery and then I developed Mel. And yeah, so I had sleeve surgery 10 years ago. It was May 13th of 2015.
Oh my God.
And it's been a journey, guys. It's been crazy. It's been up and down. I'm in like a weird spot right now because the lowest weight I've ever hit was 179. And I started at 308 is the highest recorded. So could be a little more, whatever. And I'm 179 right now.
Nice.
And I haven't seen this number in 8 years. So this is so wild. One more pound, like legit, one more pound than I beat my personal record. So
yeah,
that's happening.
That's
crazy.
awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is
So
amazing. So tell us a little bit about that like regain process.
Yeah.
And losing it again, and what are you focusing on and what are you doing to do that?
Yeah, so regain's real. Since I've been in the game for so long, it typically happens around year 3, 4, and 5. Like that's like the sweet spot. And then it goes away. If you can get it back down, it goes away for a while again. It happens around 8 and 9. So mine happened right around that time frame, 8 years out, and it was trauma. It was a huge trauma event that happened that caused me to where all my routines were gone.
Mm-hmm.
My husband had an accident in the hospital, to the point where we were there for 6 weeks and 16 surgeries later, and Mel's full routine has been demolished. And my protein is non-existent, and I'm just eating whatever I can eat. And after that, I just use that as a coping skill because now I'm like a full-time caregiver, plus doing all the wild shit that I do that you guys know I do. So I ate, and I actually gained 50 pounds. I was very ashamed to say it for a long, long time.
Mm-hmm.
But I got up to 242 pounds. So this time last July, I was 242. So it was like, holy shit, what the fuck did I just do? I'm so close to 250. 250 means I'm close to 300. 300 means I've gained everything back. Like I was freaking out. I was a refuser of using GLP-1s for a very long time just because I was very scared of like side effects and the long-term longevity of these things. And everyone knows me. I'm Oregonian all the way. Like everything's natural. So I'm just like, what are we doing here with this chemical? What do we go? But I caved in and it works. So between the GLP-1, me refocusing everything on protein and literally making sure I eat when I get up instead of like waiting hours upon end, has really changed my whole like dynamic with food. And now a year out, I'm down 60 pounds. So I gained 50, down 60. So this is really crazy. So it's a lot of combination, but it worked.
Yeah.
You're not alone in the regain. I mean, the last year of all of the crap that happened and, moving and being in ADHD paralysis and barely being able to get out of bed. I put on 40 to 45 pounds of regain, and I have just started my journey of getting that off. I talked to my doctors about GLP-1 medication. They said I could do it, but again, I was like, this is not for me right now. So I am doing nutraceuticals. I am eating protein, drinking 128 ounces of water a day, which is amazing for me because that never fucking happened ever.
Yeah.
And I'm now down 17 pounds of regain and continuing. Yes.
Nice. Yeah.
It's always nice when you see it go down. You're like, okay. Yeah, I don't even care how much it is anymore. I'm just like, if it's down, even ounces.
It's down. Exactly. Yeah. There's that, like, I think before, especially like we spent that first year, maybe 2 years, like so obsessed with it going down. And then when you're in maintenance, it's a whole different ballgame. And that's where a lot of regain happens because we start to let those habits slip and we don't have that like constant dopamine input of the scale going down anymore. And so we have to find that like, okay, you know, where is my progress? How am I measuring it elsewhere? You know, and that's really difficult to do actually.
Very,
Um,
very difficult to do.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I've regained 3 times after each plastic surgery. I've regained, which is wild to say because they took off like almost 40 pounds of skin and fat, and I am the
Yeah.
same weight as I started my first one.
Mhm.
So that
No fucking
technically
way.
technically means I've regained 40 pounds.
Interesting.
And each time, and at one point, I even gained, you know, an additional like 14 pounds. So I lost that, and then I regained, and then I lost it, and I regained and lost it. And now I'm still sitting at about 210, which is the same weight I went into when they started the process of taking off 40 pounds. So yeah,
Okay.
I feel you. I would like to get down 40 pounds, but you know, you
Slowly
look
but
at
surely.
like perimenopause, PCOS, hypothyroidism, my body is like, fuck you. Like I don't get to lose weight unless I like work 10 times harder to do it, you know? But the wonderful thing is that we still have the tool.
Yep.
Yes.
So as long as we can, you know, refocus and do the work again, like it will happen. Just for some of us, it's slower than others.
Well, and I was a slow loser. And I think that, like, guys, it's totally fine to be a slower loser. I think
Absolutely.
I've always been the underdog, the smaller kid, like in the groups, you know? I was always like the one on the outside. And so, like, underdog's the whole thing. So I'm like, but I'm slow and steady. So I'm like, I'm literally like that fucking turtle and the horse thing. Like, it's fine. Like, that's why I'm like, even if it's an ounce, I'm excited
Yeah.
because, like, I remember
Trend.
how uncomfortable it is to be near the fence. Like, it's not fun. Even when I was like the highest of 242 just recently, like I felt so icky all the time. And that's
Yeah.
not good for your mindset either. Like,
Yeah.
it's a whole thing.
I think what's wild too is that even if I gain 5 pounds, I can tell. Whereas at almost 400 pounds, if I gained 5 pounds, I had no idea, no clue. Never, unless I stepped on a scale, which I never did, you know,
No.
I had no idea. And now if I gain a couple pounds, or even if I'm like, and I know Steph gets this, like, even if I'm just bloated,
Yeah.
I am just like, whoa, like what a difference that makes now. And I mean, the nice part about it is I think that at least for me, I can usually pretty immediately tell when I'm regaining, and it makes it at least a little bit easier to like rein it in. And I
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
stop the gain. Just can't, it's just taking so long for any of that to come off. That's the challenge for me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, and because how far are you out, Bex? 5 years?
4.5. Yeah, 4.5.
4.5. Yeah. So yeah, I
I'm
mean,
in that spot.
you're right there. You're right in it, like smack dabby in it. So just keep pushing. And I just keep stay consistent. That's it. That's all you can do.
Yep.
And
That's like,
even if that's like 4 days out of the 7, like that's how I say consistent. It's never an everyday situation. It's like,
it can't be. It can't be.
no.
You can't give
No.
100% to everything in your life every day, because that would be like 1,000%. You know, you can't give 100% to your food intake and 100% to your exercise, because then, you know, like that's 200%. And then also, where is the rest of your effort? You have life, you have school, you have work, you've got kids, you've got family, whatever it is. Like you can't give 100% to each individual piece of your life every day.
Yeah, I always say that, oh, hey, you took your vitamins today? Awesome. You drank your water today? That's the work of
Done.
weight loss surgery.
Amazing. Yep.
Awesome. And
Yep.
like, if I gave 30% and that was my all, there you go. I gave my 100 then.
Exactly. That is 100% of your effort that day. Yep.
I will
Exactly.
say I learned that from you, you two, and some other people in the community, like with chronic illnesses and chronic pain. Because I'll get down on myself thinking like you didn't do enough today, and then I'll hear you guys in my head being like, well, what did you do today? And then I start listening, like I cleaned the kitchen, I put away my clothes, I took my vitamins, I got my protein. I guess I'm not a loser. Like, okay, you really do have to
Your
examine.
mindset.
Yeah. Just because
Yeah.
I didn't go work out or whatever, I'm not a shitty human. I did do things today.
Yes. You were
Yeah.
productive.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That is, I think, probably one of the like key mindset pieces, at least for me, in terms of long-term success. I used to do the same thing. It was so highly critical of myself. And I mean, I still am. I mean, our conversation right before we started recording about my books, like I think every word I write is crap. That's just my brain. It's like, it's all crap. You don't want to read it. But people read it and they like it. And I'm just like, how? It's terrible. And that's how I feel about I felt, not so much I feel now, but felt about everything in life. Every time I didn't do something 100% perfect, my brain was like, oh, well, you're a failure, piece of shit. And so instead I had to do exactly what you said. I had to start, like, at the end of the day when my brain wanted to tell me how terrible I was, I'd be like, pick one good thing that you did today. And then that one good thing would suddenly turn into 5 good things. And I'd be like, okay, never mind. It wasn't a horrible day. My brain is lying to me.
Yep, it really
And then,
does. It lies
yeah,
to us all the time.
You
yeah,
even have a shirt that says it, Vex, progress over perfection.
yep, exactly. Or, yeah. And consistency over perfection. Yeah, exactly. Like what Mel said too. Like consistency. Yeah. As long as you just keep waking up every morning and trying your best, you're doing it.
Right? That's all you can do. Like, we're human. And as long as you're not waking up being like, you know what? I'm going to be a shithole today. Like, there's people out there that do this shit. It's fucking wild. I've met some of them. They exist. And it's like, who does that? You're insane. Stop it. You're just a terror. And we don't need to do that to ourselves. There's people out there that just do it for them. So
Right.
let's not do that.
There's enough
No.
crap in the world, enough
Yeah.
shit. We don't need to contribute to it.
We're here for the community and the topic of community and what you do for the community, Mel, with our Sleeve Life podcast, Just Be You Awards. You want to talk a little bit about, being a podcast host and advocate in the community and about the awards?
Of course, of course. It's hard to talk about myself. I'm normally the interviewer, so this is like so weird. I've been doing the pod for 5 years. It's been a passion of mine for a very, very long time. What some people actually don't know is that I was actually on a podcast prior to this podcast. And it was called But What Do We Know? And it was with me and my husband at the time and our 2 best guy friends, Larry and Garth. And I love just the dynamic of like hearing other people's like perspectives on things. But they're guys, and none of them wanted to actually work and do the podcast like how we do the podcast, ladies. And it fell to the wayside. Even though Mel had a Instagram ready, a Gmail account ready, I was like, let's go. So the passion of just podcasting in general has always been there. But once my co-host actually got surgery, that was a game changer. So Kel got surgery after I had surgery, 4 years after. So now I'm just a tiny bit. Like, I'm midway where you are at, Bex, and your best friend gets surgery. And now all of a sudden she shines a huge light on this community and was like, hi, did you know there's people here that have had surgery just like you, Mel? No, I did not. No idea they existed. I didn't know why I would get the gurgles. I didn't know about gas pain. I didn't know all these random things that were happening to me were super normal. And so me and Kel would just talk about this stuff every Thursday. And then eventually I got all the things together. I did a bunch of research seeing, is there any podcasts out there? Is there anything I can listen to now prior to even talking to Kel about this? It was more doctors talking about it. It was their podcast about it, or it was these people that did have it, but it would only be on like 7 episodes and then gone. So I was like, all right, there's a need here. So then, yeah, that next Thursday, I was at Kel's house and we were on our walk and I pitched it to her and she was like, I don't know what a podcast is, but I can talk. And I was like, yes, you can. So let's go.
Yeah.
And it's been that ever since, because I have this huge need to feel like understood. And because I never really was understood, I was never listened to. My parents, I love them to death, but it was about parents at all times. It was never about me and my brother. We were just there. So, and then it didn't help that we both were big kids too. So legit, like, going to school now, I'm a big kid and I'm still getting ignored. It's pretty fucking wild. So no matter what, I felt ignored. And me not knowing all the things that Kel was teaching me, I was like, there has to be more people like me that don't know what's going on. There has to be. And that's what I still feel. It's frustrating even doing the pod for 5 years, because there's still stuff that we don't know. There's still stuff that people are concerned about, scared about, that we haven't even thought of. The technology has changed so much from when I had surgery that they don't even do it the same way they did my surgery. So it's just so wild that the change that has happened. And I still feel that we're this, area like in the world, because we're obese, And because we had a surgery, so now we all took the easy way out and we're a bunch of lazy people. I remember someone told me I was lazy and stupid because of getting a surgery. And I was like, you're an a-hole. That's just
yeah,
rude. So that's what I do, is just give education as much as possible, because I felt so uneducated and I felt stupid when I was at Kel's house, just because I was like, how the fuck do I not know this stuff? I'm 4 years out and I have all these insecurities that could have been gone if I knew the community was around. So it was just a wild outlook. And that's why now I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. The mission, I don't feel like, is over. I actually told it to my therapist last week. She's like, what keeps you going? I was like, I just don't feel like my mission's over. I feel like I started this, but I'm not done. There's just so much more to do. Even before we got online, I'm like, oh, this is a great idea. Let me put this together, because I just want people to know about bariatrics, and I want them to know that it's okay. And I want them to be in the household name and people not be scared of it and turn away from it. And as much as we can do to show, hey, it's just another procedure. If you needed your gallbladder out, it's totally fine. So that's like my mission. It's not over. So that's why we have the awards that you guys have gone to and been a part of, the Just Be You Awards. It's just literally, I want people to feel comfortable, because I felt so uncomfortable about when I got surgery. I was 28. So for 28 years, I felt uncomfortable in my skin, and maybe actually 30, because I didn't feel like my normal self till a couple years after this. So I want people to feel good in their skin. I want them to be celebrated. I want them to know they're not alone. They're seen. Like, we have to, that's why I feel like the awards have to keep going, and why I still record and don't miss a week. Like, I've only missed two, and that was because, one, me and Kel had COVID. That just was not going to happen. That was bad, like bad COVID. And then when we parted ways, I had to obviously take some time off, and I didn't want to take any. And people around me told me, Melanie, you need to take time off. Even Steph was like, can you bet? Everybody was like, stop. So I did, and then I recharged and started. So, but yeah, I just don't feel like it's done. So I hope that people listen. I hope people love what you guys are doing, because it's the same thing. People need to know, like, educate.
Yeah.
You don't have to be alone.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I think that's why we started our Road to Discovery podcast too, before we rebranded to Bariatric Warrior. We wanted to make sure that people were heard and that the stigma was removed and that we didn't feel so alone. Because I think all of us had the same experience. I joined the community before I had surgery, and I'm so grateful that I did. But I had lots of people who would reach out on my YouTube and be like, oh my God, I didn't know any of this. I needed your videos. I needed your videos to help me through this process, because I don't know if anybody else is like me, but like, I gotta know all the details. I don't go in blind. I need to know everything. I gotta deep dive. I gotta know it all, and bariatric surgery became a hyper focus for me, and something that I couldn't let go of. And I've known multiple people who've had surgery who just have the surgery and then move on with their lives. I don't know how you do that, or it's not part of you, but there are people out there who do that, and they actually lied on me to be the person to be like, yes, this is normal, and tell them all the things. And I'm just sitting there like, if you just join the community, you would know that this is normal. But I don't want them to feel alone, like what you felt, Mel. I want them to feel included, and it's, not everybody wants that, which is fine. But yeah, that's why we do this.
Yeah. Well, they don't know the power yet. If they would hop in, the power of the community is huge.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's wild.
And then there's me. You became Mel and I became Bariatric Warrior after surgery.
Yeah, I became Bex actually as
and
well.
You, and you became,
I was Rebecca before, and now I'm Bex.
Yeah, I was isolated and alone and bullied for sharing the bad things and told to feel ashamed for asking for help. And I was like, fuck this. I left Instagram.
She did, yeah.
Her godmother was the only one who could get in touch with me. Instagram, because I was literally in the hospital with a feeding tube down my nose and throat, with a PICC line on TPN, and I was being bullied.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Boy.
Ass women.
It's always grown ass.
Yep.
No, we're girls here.
Yeah.
That's right.
You bully people, you can fuck right off.
Because weight loss surgery is not butterflies and rainbows. No. Sorry, it's not. But again, like, I have always been the person of, I've felt isolated and I've felt alone, and I didn't want anyone to ever feel that way. I never want anyone to suffer in silence. And people weren't sharing the complications. It wasn't anywhere. So I was like,
Nope.
all right,
Nowhere.
here we go. Steph's just going to share it all. And then out comes everyone else. And it's turned into bariatricwarriorsupport.com. And I didn't realize that I had the impact that I did until JBY this year. And that last award, the Bariatric Advocate of the Year award. And I was like, okay, it's time. I'm worthy of this.
You
It's
are.
needed in the community. And because again, they give you a notebook. They don't tell you all the things that possibly could happen. And
Not even
even
close.
though I have gone through like the rare shit and stuff, people are still thankful for me sharing that, even if they have no issues, or just because they know about it and they have that education and that knowledge, and say something happened like this to their friend or something, then they have someone to go to and not feel alone.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the only thing that we ever get from surgeons is general surgery complications. Not,
Yeah.
oh, by the way, you could have all this shit happen to you after bariatric surgery, just like farther down the line, not usually immediately post-op. That's like immediate post-op complications, which we all learn about when we sign the consent forms.
Yeah.
But ain't nobody fucking tell us about anything else. And we just have to learn it. If it wasn't for this community, I would not have known what my gallbladder attack was when it was happening. I would have thought I was dying, and I would have ended up in the ER for no reason. I didn't need to go to the ER. It wasn't an emergent situation, you know? And yeah, I would have thought I was having a heart attack and dying. But instead, I was like, I know exactly what this fucking is. I just ate a whole giant spoonful of peanut butter. No shit, it hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
But it's because of the community that I knew that. So, and same with reactive hypoglycemia, like all of that. I learned it from the community.
All these side effects that come after. That was what's interesting. I didn't know until we started interviewing people. I found someone that had like wet berry.
Yeah.
And which is that the one where they like go blind? I had the one that went blind before too.
That's the blind one now.
That's not the blind one, yeah. But like there's been some crazy stuff that's happened to people. And then there has been some deaths. We can't shy away from it, unfortunately. It's not like it's happening all the time, but we will see a fellow bariatric like friend that's gone because of too many complications, but it's very, very rare.
Yeah,
but it's
luckily
still like
it's
these
rare,
things.
but yeah.
But no one, you're right, like no one really talks about them. I only hear them from the people that I know that have these issues. It's very rare for me to hear new people unless you're showing me them. Like, that's legit.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wet berry, that's a thiamine deficiency, so vitamin B1 deficiency. And yes, if it's not cared for, you can die.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was hospitalized.
And I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I think I know who you're talking about who had it. Yeah, and she's the only person that I have known to have that. I'm sure there's many other people who have.
Just haven't shared it or didn't know what it was or didn't know it was a complication of weight loss surgery or yeah, I feel like too I learned a lot about complications and what could go wrong, unfortunately, from those terrifying Facebook groups. But there's a huge difference between fear mongering and educating. And I think a lot of what both our podcasts try to do is educate, not fear monger. You should be aware of this, not terrified of it. You know what I mean? Like, yes, people do pass away from complications after this surgery, but like you said, it's very rare and it's not something that you should be terrified of. It shouldn't be the thing that's blocking you, from either getting surgery or getting help after surgery. Like that should not be the thing.
No, I've had to talk someone down before because that was their problem, was thinking they were going to die because of surgery. And it's also because they never had any surgery. So like
that was me before I was freaking terrified. I was panic attacks. Oh my God, it was so bad.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like for this person. Like they were having panic attacks and stuff. And I was like, look, just look at the stat. It's so low for any complications. I was like, check out your doctor. They haven't had any problems. Look at all these success rates. Some people just need the data and then they feel better. So it's like, okay. And it took them a while, but once they have it, then they're like, oh, that was nothing. It really isn't that bad. It's not at all. Especially with us three, we've all had some surgeries that aren't just like bariatric. That literally the bariatric surgery was probably the easiest thing I've ever done.
It really was. That and the gallbladder, no problems. Easy peasy. Friggin' plastics. And Steph's had so many freaking surgeries and all of them have been doozies, especially just like when you're getting back to back like that.
But
Yeah.
again, I'm not a Debbie Downer about it. I've always had
No.
grace. I've always been positive. I never share to make anyone scared. And I will still, to this day, say I don't regret having bariatric surgery. A, because what happened to me was not my fault. And B, it was not in my control. And what is in my control is just being an advocate and a light in the community to help others. You can see that I've fallen down 20 bajillion times and I just keep getting back up because I have more lives than a cat, which is the saying I like to say. So if I can do it, you can do it, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of my fear stemmed from I'd never had surgery before. And I have, even to this day, if anybody knows me well, they'll know that I have like this terrible need to be in control at all times. And
What? No way.
I think it stems from being out of control for most of my childhood, but you know. And so I think that was my fear. I was just afraid of anesthesia. I wasn't afraid of like dying. I was literally just fucking terrified of anesthesia because it's like the ultimate giving up of control.
Mhm.
I mean,
Somebody
it
else
is, yeah.
is in control of your breathing. Someone else is control of everything working properly. And they're also then doing things to your body that you don't have control over. And
Yeah.
that was like the epitome of just terror for me. But once I did it once, I was like, oh, okay, that wasn't that bad. It's still scary.
Was-
Don't get me wrong. I still
yeah.
get really anxious walking into the OR. But once I'm out, I'm like, just put me out as fast as you fucking can. Once I'm out, I don't give a shit. Do whatever you need to do. I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
It's an
I
app.
still get nervous too, but it's not that bad anymore.
Yeah.
But now
you
I
gotta
get it. Like
trust your
you're
surgeon.
legit. Yeah. Well, and what I was thinking for you, it's like that is the ultimate fucking like release of control. Like there's nothing else that you could do. That's it.
They strap you
like,
to the table.
Yeah. And there's
Oh.
all these people around you, and
They're
you're
like, all right,
hoping everyone has good intent. Yeah.
and you're like,
Right?
huh?
Yeah.
And then you wake up and it's been like 2.5 hours and you're like, what's going on? Okay, well, some people wake up that way, like Bex.
That's Steph. I do not. I am.
Steph wakes up like this and she's
wide
alert
awake.
and
Yep.
she's ready to go. That is me after.
Absolutely not. No, I actually, after the bariatric surgery, I was a flailer. I'm like, get this fucking thing. Like, I was like, get everything off my face now. Like, I did not like it. No, thank you.
I'm usually just so loopy for about 24 hours.
And she gets nauseous.
Oh, so nauseous. So nauseous. Somebody recently told me like, oh yeah, I wear like scopolamine patches on boats. And I was like, absolutely not.
What is
No
that?
scope patches. No, thank you. I will not pee.
So it's a transdermal patch that goes behind your ear that you wear for 3 days and it helps with motion sickness.
Mm-hmm.
But it
Dries
causes
you out.
dry mouth and dry eyes, and it causes dizziness. And if you accidentally touch it with your hand, you need to go wash your hands right away because then you'll like kind of like absorb it through your hand and you'll get really dizzy. And it also makes you nauseous. Yeah. I'm always like, take it off, especially if you can't pee, because they want you to pee after surgery. Bex could not pee for like 8 hours.
No. So we learned that after every surgery after that, you take that shit off immediately. As soon as I am home or wherever I'm recovering and I'm laying down, it's off. Because yeah, it does not help.
Why are they putting it on you?
Like prophylactically for nausea.
Yeah, it's supposed to help with
because I've never had that.
Yeah. But I've also had like horrible like vomiting from anesthesia too. Like right after my bariatric surgery actually, which was, so fun because like they just like, stapled my stomach back together.
I was so scared to puke at all. Like for years.
I hate vomiting.
Yeah.
You puked the same day?
Oh, I was vomiting in the recovery room, dry puking. There was nothing there. It was just me. Nothing was happening. Nothing was coming out. But it was so painful. Like so painful. So I had vomiting after 362, right, Steph?
Yes.
Yeah.
You were vomiting after the 360.
Which is even more fun. Both stomach, my stomach was all...
Yeah, with muscle repair.
Muscle repair, I'm puking too.
Just wait until you get muscle repair, Mel.
I know, because I'm going to. Yeah, I mean, I have to. So when I get my tummy done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's life-changing. It's worth it.
I mean, I went to a bariatric event 5 days post-op my first revision surgery, and that's where I met Bex for the first time in real life.
Aww.
Yeah, it'll be almost 4
That's
years.
wild though. 5 days later, you are insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I am. We know this.
We know this. That's true.
Yes.
You know, thinking about the peeing after surgery thing too, is Dr. Patterson, I remember them being like, you better pee or we can't, like, we're gonna have to put another, like, a catheter in me. And I was like, no. And she's like, I don't know what to tell you,
better
girl.
pee.
I'm like, you better pee. So I'm just like, everybody give me all the liquids. And I would just keep getting up every hour and just try and try. And then I remember it was like 1 p.m. in the afternoon and it just starts going. I'm like, yes. And Eric was like, are you okay? I'm like, I'm so great.
I'm so good. Yeah.
I finally peed. I could go home today. Yes. Because she at least kept us 24 hours, but oh boy.
Yeah. See,
Yeah,
I
there's
had
no
outpatient.
Routine
So
check.
I had
fair.
outpatient bariatric. So I did not have any requirement to pee. The only requirement was that I was up and walking.
I had to pee after every single surgery.
Yeah, same. Oh my God.
I mean,
I
they
remember
had a
my
nurse that
broken
came to
leg
see
surgery.
us. Like I had a nurse that came to check in after the surgery and like they made sure that I had peed, of course, but like
Yeah.
nobody
Okay.
made me pee before I left the facility, which in hindsight I'm like, well, maybe that was a great idea, but it worked
Well,
out.
for my broken leg one, it was a really cute guy that took out my catheter and they were like, he's gonna have to come back. And I'm like, I don't want him to go back.
You're like, no, he already saw
No.
everything once. He doesn't need to.
Yeah, I was like, I don't need him to have to put one in. And they're like, we don't want him either. So you better be. I was like, son of a bitch. I'm like, have you ever done that where you just talk to your vagina? You like, just pee.
All
You
right.
gotta
And
Yes.
pee.
you're like trying to relax and you're like, like I can't.
Yes.
Woosah.
Yeah.
Hey, actually, that's been proven to help. Is humming has been proven to help with urine retention.
I
I had
like
to
how
learn this because
I like how
pelvic floor dysfunction.
this podcast episode we decided to talk about pee and not poop.
Not poop yet.
I
We
feel
haven't
like
talked about
everyone
this.
talks about poop like 3 times in a conversation if you're a bariatric patient.
Right. Hey, we
We
don't
don't
shy
pee.
away. We don't shy away. We talk about it
No.
all.
By any means. No way, Jose.
Mm-mm. What are some exciting things coming up now that you are allowed to share
Mhm.
or that are currently going on?
Yeah. So I have actually a few things. So first, I'm really excited. I'm going to go to Obesity Help this year. I've never been. And it's on my side of the country. So it's in Irvine, California in October.
Yay!
So I'm so stoked. Me and VSG Bestie are going to that. That's Char.
Yeah.
From Talkberry to me. I actually have a code. It's OSLP 20, so you guys can get money off your ticket. And I think we're at the Sheridan for that weekend. And then I am going to the Bariatric retreat. I haven't been back in a few years. I'm super excited. I got to talk to the owners, Rissa and Chris. We talked for over an hour. And have everything set to go. I'm going to be on a panel with Jason and Natalie. And I'm going to be doing little mini podcast sessions and asking everyone kind of like Mel style questions. We're going to go silly, fun, goofy, all sorts like that. So I'll have my own little booth. So I am very excited about that. And I can give you guys some specialty news. I know the exact date of JBY for 2027. So it's April 24th of 2027.
Okay.
So everybody mark your calendar.
Calendar right now.
That's right.
April 24th, 2027.
That's right.
Go put it work.
That's right. Get that week. We already know if people have watched some of our stuff, even with Steph, we are bringing the bariatric bodybuilding to JBY in 2027. I will be on stage. I will be doing posing. I know that Rob will be there with me. I know Steph and Bex will definitely be there. It's going to
I'll
be so
probably
much
participate. I'll be on stage.
fun. Yes.
Me and Mel are gonna be tan for
That's
the first.
right.
I am not.
First time in our life.
I will look so ridiculous if I go with a dark
I mean,
tan.
I'm gonna look ridiculous too.
Yeah. We're gonna like
Too
I'm
pasty
gonna
for
do
that.
it shaded. Shay was like, okay, just give me like the baseline.
Yeah, natural, more natural. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like, we can't look that funky. Like we are so white people. Like
Yeah.
it's beyond ridiculous.
I would say, Mel, you and I are Oregon. Like, we don't leave the house. I don't know about you, but last weekend I got a sunburn just a little bit, like right here. And then I tanned. And somebody came up to me and
Nice.
was like, oh my God, have you been outside? And I was like, why, yes, I have for the first time this year. Got some
That's right.
sunshine.
Summer's here. We're going outside. Yeah, all my look, I got some color here.
Yeah,
It's
that's
funny.
where
Look
mine
at
is.
my neck. It's
Yeah.
white and then
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. I've got the oh, now it's red, but ignore the red. But yeah, I have the same thing.
that's a
My
good
shoulders
one.
are tanner.
Yep.
The red's from my heating pack because everything hurts
Everything.
Mel,
all the
are
time.
you competing in the radical transformation in June 2026?
I am. I am.
Dang.
I
So
will be.
I
So is Steph. I'm so stoked. We're going to be in Toronto together in
get
June
to
of.
be tan twice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't even know how that's gonna go. I'm gonna be like, all right, we're just winging it. Let's just go on the stage.
Yep.
Dude, we could go right now. Like what I saw. So here's what I want to explain to people. It really is like a transformation competition that first day, because like there's so many different body types, and like I could go out right now, you could go out right now, and if we just knew how to pose, we could probably win like third place. Like we're not taking gold, I'm not saying that, but we would get third. And so we just need to like just do the things, and then we're gonna take golds.
Yeah,
Team gold is taking golds.
team gold,
So
gold.
we're taking
Yeah,
gold. I would love to take golds in my category. So we'll see.
What are the different categories?
So there's like, it's your age range. So I'm in the 35 to 39 age range. And then it's either, I believe it's novice and then fitness. So we would be the novice.
So I'd
Mhm.
be in your same group. We'd be competing.
We'll be
I would
competing
be in the group below
first, second. Yes.
One
Yes.
below us. Yep.
because the one I submitted for was the lifestyle.
That's what
one.
it is, lifestyle.
Yeah, lifestyle one. So I guess that would be novice, like you're not actually like
Mhm.
fitness type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
One day I want to do the fitness one, but I gotta
Right?
fix the shoulder first before I can do that. But one day.
Yes, please fix the shoulder. That is important.
We're
It is a
working
part
on
of
it.
you.
Yeah.
It's
working on
attached.
It's attached.
Kind
I
of,
used to have a joke about I wish I had detachable boobs. So then they could just sit there on the
Yeah.
shelf.
I wish I
I
had
could go to bed.
too.
Right? Make things a lot easier.
I hate
Yeah.
bras. They're uncomfortable.
Get a lift.
I okay.
It's
I
honestly, I mean, Mel got to see them this last weekend.
Yeah. They
They look
sit really
phenomenal.
nice.
Bex, I've
I
seen
was
you
like, damn.
naked
Yeah, I
many
know.
times.
And Steph
I've
got to see
even
them immediately post-op.
you in the bathroom and all of the things. So yes, I took care of you.
Oh yeah, but I got to see
Worth
her
it.
first naked
Mhm.
2 weekends ago.
Yep.
And I was like, Jesus, those sit perfect. I need a little boop.
Yeah.
I
They're so good.
so obviously my heart is with Dr. Dry.
Right.
And I would love to be able to go to him for that too. But I just feel like it would be way too difficult traveling.
Where's he at again?
He's in Seattle.
He's
Well,
in
oh,
Seattle.
so near us.
Yeah.
Yeah, just for me and who I am and everything, I just
A
don't think
6-hour
that.
flight. Like my hour-and-a-half flight was totally fine because it was only an hour and a half, but like it was still very uncomfortable, especially
Yeah.
after like my 360 was like the most uncomfortable. So yeah, I can imagine 6 hours on a plane flight.
So I've been asking around because I have no idea. I don't know anyone here.
How close are you to Orlando?
Orlando, I could fly to Orlando. It's like an hour and a half.
Because Dr. Betas is
doable.
there.
Okay.
That's my guy.
Okay.
Yeah. He does I'm doing the podcast with him and Ashlyn. We're doing like a
Nice.
whole P.S. That's new. I'm doing a whole like series of just plastics. And
Nice.
Dr. Betas is in Orlando. So and he specializes in just weight loss people.
Mhm.
And he's actually has done some, what is it called? Gender reassignment stuff. He does that stuff
Ooh.
for people as well.
Nice.
Awesome.
He's all about whatever makes you feel confident and comfortable in your body. That's what he wants to do for you.
Yeah.
And I love
Very
it.
much like Dr. Dry's vibe too. So maybe
Yeah.
that would be a good fit, Steph.
Okay. I will
Closer, at
check
least.
it out. As I just don't ever want to wear a bra. I have thoracic outlet syndrome, so being like this, my arms go freaking numb because you're heavy chested, and my posture is awful. And when my stomach swells, no, I cannot wear a freaking sports bra or anything. I don't want implants. Implants scare the shit out of me.
You got to get them replaced every 10 years too, even if they are
And
wonderful, you know?
they just scare the shit out of
Yep.
me because of who I am and the shit I've gone. No, I
Your
don't want a foreign
complications.
body
Yeah,
in
you
my
don't
body
need more
type of
foreign
thing.
bodies in your
So I'm
body.
like, yep, just make them smaller and make them sit up here. Okay,
Yep.
done.
Yep.
I'm
They
not.
can totally do that. Don't
Yes,
you worry.
I
Yep.
will never do my legs because that just looks brutal, and I know it was brutal for you, Beck.
Well, it was not brutal for me for the legs. What was brutal was post-op recovery because I went
Yeah,
into it constipated, didn't know that I was
Yeah.
constipated going in, and then was so constipated after the anesthesia and the medications that I didn't really eat or drink properly for the first like 2 days, and they gave me like banana bags and I couldn't pee, like, and it was bad. So like that was the complication, that was the problem. Honestly, the thighs were not that bad, at least for me. They really weren't. And Steph, like, I think you would just need what, like, is it the medial? I have an extended thigh. Mine goes all the way down to my calf.
oh no, I'm not doing my thighs ever.
Yeah. I just mean, like, even if you did, you wouldn't have like incisions like me that go all the way down. They'd be
Mm-mm.
And
only up high.
I'm not doing brachioplasty. I'm gonna do the armpit
The
thing
mini
down the
one.
side.
Yeah. Armpits.
So, question about the thigh one.
Mhm.
I know because I asked you a bunch when I was with you, but I didn't ask about the JJ area. Did it change that dynamic?
A little bit with the thigh, honestly, more. I had an actual like Mons lift with my 360.
I
Well,
took
that's why it's all up here and like, hi, I'm
Everything is
here.
front and center right now. When it
Yeah.
used
a
to be
before
kind of,
and after picture of
she
Bex's
did.
vagina.
I asked her, I was like, take a picture of my vagina. Let's do it, before and after, because it looked so different. Like,
Yeah,
Huh?
so
I
different.
believe it.
Yeah. But yeah, I
I hear
mean,
that a lot.
the thigh did kind of pull a little extra out, which was nice because even with the Mons lift, there was still, I want to say it was like puffier, if that makes sense, up top. Like it felt puffier. It wasn't, it was way less puffier than before, but like with
But it
the
was felt
skin
puffy.
removal, like it was more obvious. And so the
Yeah.
thigh lift kind of reduced that a little bit more. So yeah, it
Cool.
does make a difference, but I would say the 360 with the Mons lift made way more of a difference than the thigh lift.
Nice. Nice.
So
Because I hear people like wonder about that. So I was like, I have to ask you.
Yeah, yeah. It's a common concern, a question, a wonder. I don't know. But yeah, since I had the 360 first, I feel like if I'd had the thighs first, then you probably would be like, oh my gosh, like that does make a big difference.
yeah.
Mhm.
But because I had the 360 first, like I already got the like major lift and
Snatched.
yeah.
Snatch the
And
snatch.
I will say this though, that the 360 put everything front and center, and I had like a constant camel toe.
Oh yeah,
Constant.
I was gonna bring that up. I was gonna say it's
All
like
the
yeah,
time.
gives you a camel.
I could not avoid it. If I was wearing anything tight, it was there. You could see it. But with the thigh lift, because everything's pulled outwards and not just up, I actually have less of a camel toe now.
Yay!
So, just
Does she
put
air
that out
out
there.
a little bit better? And
Yeah, a little bit. I'm gonna say this though, I'm just as freaking sweaty. I mean, Mel saw it like 2 weekends ago. I was wearing a dress and I was not wearing a bra, and the bra catches the sweat. And I would
Yeah.
I was like, kind of slouched forward, and then I sat up, and it was
And
just
there it was.
sweat. And the same is true between my thighs. That has never changed. I'm a sweaty girl everywhere but my armpits.
nice.
And I was kind of hoping that like removing the skin was gonna help that. No,
No.
just
I love it. I love it. Cause yeah, like it was funny when I got smaller because Eric, my ex-husband, he was like, I guess I freaked him out because I was like, it's different down there. I was like, I lost weight down there, and like, like base, like no one really talks about it, but yeah, like that pelvic area you lose weight in, and then
Mhm.
like I don't know what you call that area, like just your vagina area, like your fupa area loses weight, right?
Mons pubis is the
Mons pubis. Yeah, your
medical
Mons
term.
area.
Oh, there we go. Mom's pubis
Mons.
got
Yeah.
smaller. And then it was just funny because I remember he heard me talk about this to Kelly. So when we came home, he was like, I feel like I need to check this out. Like, like, what has happened? So of course we had sex. And then he's like, you totally made me nervous. He's like, it's perfect. He's like, everything's perfect. And I was
Yeah.
like, he's like, you have a beautiful vagina. You know that. And I was like, no, I don't, but thanks. Guys are so weird about vaginas. They're just like, they're beautiful. And I'm like,
I'm like,
they're
no.
lines. I don't know.
They're all weird aliens. It's okay.
Yeah.
And they all
Right?
the thing is that like they all look so different. So like there is no perfect one.
There's no perfect anything.
Anything.
No,
Nah.
not at all.
But I just remember seeing his face of like, oh, we're okay. Like
He's like
everything's
worried that
fine
something
down
was like
here.
horribly wrong.
He's like, you made it sound like you got bit, like the hole was bigger or something. I'm like, how would my vagina hole get bigger? Like,
That's
I
not how
only
it
have
works.
sex with you. Like
That's not even how it works anyways, but
that's
still.
not how that works. No.
And
Men are wild.
Right?
oh my
Where
God.
their minds go. I'm like, no, I was talking about the outside area, not
Yeah.
like the.
Doesn't affect.
Oh my God. So good.
So we've
So
talked
Mel,
about pee and vaginas.
we talk about
You're
pee, vaginas, dicks, all the things.
all the things I like to talk about.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Well, we are coming up on an hour here. Mel, what would be 3 things that you would tell your pre-op self that you didn't know until after surgery?
The first one's easy, that there's community here and you're not alone. That is, I would have screamed that at her like crazy. I've been like, you're not alone. You don't have to be embarrassed. Like, there's people just like you. That one for sure. And then I would say that it's going to get hard, but that's just part of it. Nothing, the saying really is true. Like, nothing good comes easy.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm okay. I'm okay with all the grind. I'm happy about the grind. I enjoy it. I'm a weirdo like that. Just know that, like, I would tell her it's going to be fine. Just ride the waves and don't think anything's going to crush you, because you're not going to get crushed. Because I used to feel like I was like that, especially that first 4 years, man. And then I would say give yourself grace, because I did not, and I still don't give myself enough grace.
mm-hmm.
People have to remind me to give grace to myself.
Yeah.
So I would tell her that all the time, because I try, and not that I try to be perfect, but I want to be the most efficient person that I can be. And I want to think of all the angles, and I want to make sure that I don't miss anything. But like, it's hard to do that all the time. And I
Yeah.
need to give myself grace when it comes, especially me as a person, just me, like with my eating and with me being like physical or not being physical, like saying it's okay to just sit some days
Yeah.
and really listen to your body. So yeah,
Definitely.
so community and grace, and that middle one, I can't remember what it was.
I already forgot it. It's fine.
Already forgot it. It's important though. It's important.
Just rewind a little bit and you can hear it again.
Exactly.
So
But yeah,
Mel,
those are the
let our audience know where they can follow you, etc. On
etc.
TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all the things.
All the things. So I'm very simple. It's either you find me at Our Sleep Life Podcast, and that can be on literally all socials. It's super simple. Same thing with melunfiltered.bsg. You can find me on all the social medias. And then, of course, I have a website, oursleeplifepodcast.com. You can sign up for the newsletters. Those are getting revamped and going to be so much fun. So look for that. You're going to get some freebies. And then you'll know where I'm at. There's a section where, like, where I'm going to be and how we can meet up and how we can hang out and have fun together. Like the Southern Oregon trip that I got to hang out with Bex was on that. Now I have the obesity help and the retreat on there. So definitely check those things out, because I'm all about meeting you in person. I need the human connection.
Yeah.
So come hang out. I will literally be your best friend all weekend long, and then I'll be your best friend for the rest of your life. These two can't get rid of me.
You can get rid of us.
Yeah.
That's fair. Fair.
Thank you so much, Mel, for taking the time to talk to us and come chat on our podcast. We appreciate you so much. And
Yeah.
just thank you for being you.
Thank you, ladies. It's an honor to be on your guys' podcast. It's fun.
Yes.
We appreciate
So let's take it away.
All right. Well, thank you for listening to this episode of the Bariatric Warrior podcast. We appreciate your support. And if you liked this episode, please leave us a review on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, or Facebook. And if you want to support us further and enjoy exclusive perks like early access to episodes, then please check out our Patreon. You can find our links in the description. And if you are needing support, please check out our website, bariatricwarriorsupport.com.
Until next
time, warriors, remember, you are seen.
You are heard. And you
You guys are cute.